Hey guys, so there's just a few things I wanted to address in this video. And somebody left a comment on my last video, and I'm not picking on this person by any means, but basically they said, they talked about happiness and say, oh, I don't think, in regards to dating and relationships and seeking these sorts of things and having people, having conditions and having agendas and that sort of thing. And having, wanting people to fit into some sort of preconceived mold, okay? And this doesn't just have to do with dating. This could do with anything in life, really. Okay. Um, any sort of interaction or relationship, right? So the point in that video is that we don't need to use other people or other living things, other life as pawns, as commodities. Like that's what people do. People play these little freaking games where they use other people as little pawns in their little scheme, in their little game that they're playing in life, okay, to get ahead or to get some sort of gratification or aggrandizement, okay. And you look around, you can see it everywhere. The whole world is just a big damn marketplace. All right, it's pretty pathetic that humans have just turned this whole planet into a big marketplace, into a big waste heap, pretty much. It's like a big turd, you know. And everybody's just fighting to get to the top of the hill, to get to the top of the pile of shit, to get to the top of the pile, the turd pile. That's really all it is. That's basically what the human experience has been reduced to. Okay, it doesn't have to be that way. It could change, but I don't know. However likely that is, that's up for the individual to decipher. But it's not something that I'm negative towards. I mean, it might sound negative, I know that, but it's not something I feel embittered about. Okay, it's something that I look at as more of a comedic type thing because I don't identify as a human. Okay, I mean, humans are just like, I don't know, they're like bacteria, really. And in the grand scheme of things, humans aren't much different than bacteria. If you look at how humans behave on this planet from a larger, heightened, uplifted, detached sort of perspective, looking down at it all, you could just laugh at it and see how ridiculous it all is, how ridiculous the average human life is on this planet. The average human life on this planet is just full of suffering. Most of the world's population is starving. Why? Because of a broken bitch of a system, of an economic monetary system. Okay, I'm not going to get into that too much in this video. That's a topic for another discussion or for another video. But yeah, so you don't have to use people as commodities. Just go about your day-to-day life without an agenda and watch how much lighter and harmonious your interactions with people become. Okay, and I'm not saying that all your interactions with people are going to be positive because it's just not, but just just you know be just be yourself. Just be authentic. There's no replacement for authenticity. There's no greater value that you could offer the world and offer to other people than authenticity. Just being yourself in the moment. Okay, whatever you're feeling. Okay, if you that's what I always try to communicate with other people is that you don't have to try to be someone that you're not or feel something that you're not feeling. You know what I mean? So while it is generally good to be positive and wear like the positive face, but you don't have to do it to the point where it's inauthentic, okay, and it's fake and it feels fake. If it feels inauthentic and it feels fake and it doesn't feel right, then just don't do it. Just allow yourself, give yourself that space and that permission to feel whatever you want to feel and do whatever you want to do and be whoever you want to be in the moment. And that's what I always try to like impress upon people. Whenever they're with me, I always try to communicate that in some sort of way, if not overtly, then covertly. Whatever that person needs at that moment in time, I'm willing to provide it as long as it's not as like within reason, obviously. Um, if that person needs to cry, why shouldn't they be allowed to cry? If that person's upset and they're pissed off and they want to express some anger and vent, why shouldn't they be able to do that? If that person needs to laugh or whatever, then just then just as well, even better, right? But the key is just not denying yourself that space and that ability to express whatever it is that you're feeling, to express whatever it is that's going on in the moment, you know, because it's pretty pitiful. Like the state of the world is pretty pitiful with what humans have created, as I've as I've alluded to previously, and anyone who's been following who's been on this channel for a while knows how I feel about these things. But the key for me is just, authenticity. And then over time, just having that intention, whatever you're feeling the emotion, even if it is negative, express that. Not to the detriment of others, of course, but just within reason. Like, don't cross the line, in other words, and that's an individual thing as well. We all know when we cross the line, when we get in tune with ourselves, when we do introspective, sort of spiritual practices, which I always recommend. Okay. There's no rush, guys. There's no hurry. Everything. There's nothing new under the sun. In other words, there's people rushing out in the world, running around like headless freaking chickens, trying to make money. Trying to get married, trying to get into relationships, trying to have kids, trying to, like jonesing, right? That whole phrase, jonesing, right? I think that's more of an American thing, but keeping up with the Joneses, that whole bullshit, the whole rat race of American. I think it's probably worse in America than it is anywhere else in the world. But there's no rush. That's one of the biggest scams of all, is that people think that there's they have this lack mentality, that there's lack. They need to compete. They need to grovel and beg and plead, for whatever, for the scraps that are, trickling down the hill, from the top, from the people at the top who, control the media, who control the movers and shakers, guys, the puppeteers, right? They want to make people think that there's urgency, that they need to rush. There's some rush. There's some hurry. There's some sense of panic almost. It's like people are in a perpetual state of panic for no reason at all. So, yeah, anyway. That's all I wanted to say for now. And yeah, as always, leave any thoughts or opinions or questions, whatever, comments in the comment section for now. And I'll talk to you guys real soon. Hope you're doing well. Peace.